Welcome everybody back to God Tank's Lair. Today I would like to share with you one of my all-time favorite books by Image Comics, Die. This story is about 6 friends that play Dungeons and Dragons together and somehow get lost inside the game, get sucked inside the game, come out years later and aren't able to talk about it. Nobody knows where they've been. They can't say where they've been. And it's just a really awesome book. They come back out of the game and they get sucked back into the game later on in life when they get older. And it's just about their struggles and their friendship and the different connections they have within the game. And it's just awesome. I suggest this book for anybody that's into role-playing games or Dungeons and Dragons, fantasy, or anything like that of that nature. It's really awesome. It draws you in. The art is fantastic. The writing is superb. And today I just want to share a little bit with you and tell you a little bit about each character. Our main character is going to be Ash, the dictator. And it says here, Dominic Ash is the real world. Ash is the world of Die. Married, in marketing, Soul's best friend, which is Solomon, which is another character. Then you have Chuck the Fool, which he is a fantasy novelist with multiple ex-wives, no tact, and a film franchise. Then you have Matt. He's the grief knight, parent and husband, statistics professor at the local university. And then you have Angelina, she is the Neo, which is like the cyberpunk. And she is Ash's sister, coder and parent on the outside, going through an ugly divorce in the real world. And then you also have Isabella, which is the Godbinder. She is divorced school teacher with aggressively bilingual intelligence. And then you have Soul, or Solomon. He's the Grandmaster. Solomon made the game but never made it out. Now he's dragged everyone back in. Now everybody gets a dice in this game, and they roll the dice, and it kind of like, takes them, transports them to that world. And it's just amazing. Y'all really got to check this out. I don't want to spoil too much for you. But this is written by Karen Gillen. And it's the artist is Stephanie Hanz, which just happens to be one of my favorite artists. The interiors on these books are amazing. You really got to read it and enjoy the art. Take your time. It's one of those books where you really want to take your time and enjoy everything you're reading. Then you have Clayton Cowles as the letterer, Ryan Hughes as the designer, and Chrissy Williams as the editor. And I wanted to just share some of the covers that I have with y'all. But once again, I really highly suggest this series. It's awesome. It's really, I know a lot of the guys and girls out there in the community really love this, and I hope you enjoy this video of my collection of what I have. And this right here is number 1. I only have the 5th printing. One day I hope to have the 1st printing. It would be amazing. Maybe get it slabbed one day. We shall see. Good things come to those who wait, and I will find it one day, I'm sure. But this is the 4th printing by Stephanie Hanz. Absolutely amazing. Love that one. Then we have, this is number 2. This is the 1st print. And that right there is going to be, the character on there is Chuck. He's the fool. He's actually kind of like a swordsman, and real wild guy of the bunch. Awesome cover. Now this right here is the 4th printing for number 2. I just picked that up because I got it for a good price. And another Stephanie Hanz cover. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Beautiful. Okay. And this right here is number 3 by Stephanie Hanz. And on this character is Matt. He's the grief knight. He uses his grief and sorrow to power up his sword. And he's able to use that to help his fellow gamers out. Awesome cover. I love that cover. And this right here is also number 3. This is the 3rd printing. Had to pick that up. I like that too. It's awesome. Now this is another number 3 I want to show you real quick. This is what I have. I'm just reading off of right now for the characters. But look at that. Isn't that amazing? This is Jen Bartel. Love that cover. Awesome. I love Jen Bartel. She's amazing. That's her signature, right? Let's see if I can focus. Yeah, that's her signature right there. If you find anything with Jen Bartel, Stephanie Hanz, they're 2 amazing artists. And this right here is going to be the 3rd printing of number 4. This was a good issue. I really like this one. It's touching. You can tell by the cover kind of like what goes on in the book. But great story. This was touching, this one right here. Rolling the dice. Not so good. 3, not so good. Alright. Right here is issue number 5. And this right here is Isabella, the Godbinder. She uses her powers to bind gods and bend them to their will, to her will, for her good. Check that out. Awesome cover. Love that one. Now, this is number 6. This is actually the first issue I ever picked up. And I read through a little bit of this, and before I finished it, I went and got the trade. Read the trade, and then I was able to start with number 6. But this was actually the first issue I ever picked up of Die. This is when I got into it. And I've turned many people on to this, to Die. Even comic book shop owner that was there. I told him about it, and he went and pulled the trade right off the shelf. This is a Stephanie Hanz cover also. I love that cover. And this one right here is number 6. This one right here is by Peach Momoko. Real hot artist out right now. But this is her version of number 6. Really awesome cover. I like that. Oh, and that right there, that's Angela, the Neo. She's like a cyber, like a computer, kind of like, like a cyberpunk, is what they call her, kind of. Awesome. This right here is going to be issue number 7. You can see the die in her hand, and this is, I'm not sure who this is. Got a 3-eyed cat right there in the background. Awesome cover. Another Stephanie Hanz masterpiece. And like I said, Stephanie Hanz does the interiors. I'll show you all a few pages of the interiors. And this right here is going to be issue number 8 also. Or no, wait. 8. Yeah, this is issue 8. Excuse me. Yeah, that's issue 8. Let me put that back for a minute. This is 7. And the last one was 7 also. This is the second of 7. This is the B cover, I believe. Let me fix that. Yeah, check that out. This was an awesome issue too. Got Chuck there on the cover. Fighting a giant. That was awesome too. I love that one. Next we got issue 8. This is the number 8. You got Ash flying up there in the right here. Ash is my favorite character. It's actually a guy, you know, but when he goes into the game, he's a girl. So that has its own twists and tells right there. Awesome. Number 8. Let's see. And we have, this is the second cover for number 8. This is by Stephanie Hanz, another masterpiece. Love these covers. She's amazing. Got the die right there in the center. You can see it right there. Awesome. This right here is number 9. That's number 9. Another Stephanie Hanz cover. I know Tacoma Comics, he collects die also, and he has a lot of the covers. Y'all check him out. I'm sure most of y'all already know who he is, but he's awesome. And same thing with John's Comic with Kids. He loves this series also. Shout out to both them channels. I'm sure y'all already, if you're following me, you follow them, I'm sure. But check it out. This is number 10. Now, this isn't by Stephanie Hanz. This is by a friend of hers. I'm not sure what her name is, but I had to find out. But this is just an awesome cover. One of my favorite covers. That's why it's in the top loader. All right. Now, this right here is the first trade. This is Volume 1 Fantasy Heartbreaker. This is the PX Previews exclusive 2019. Let's see if I can get that on there. San Diego Comic Con, limited to 1,500. This is the trade. I had to pick that up. It's amazing. I'll let y'all read that. Maybe this will help. Pause it or check it out. It's amazing, y'all. Seriously. I'm just going to flip through real quick and show y'all a little bit of the interior art. I'm not going to spoil nothing for you. This is when Solomon's passing out the dice. Check that out. Yeah. Check out this art, y'all. Oh, this right here. Let's check this out. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful Stephanie Hanz art. She is absolutely amazing. Using the God binder she's using. Let's see what else we got here. Art. Oh, man. You fall in love with this art. And read it with a little bit of mood music like I got going right now, the fantasy music. And it just draws you in even more. I don't know if some of y'all do that. Let me know if any of y'all do that. Like listen to some music when you're reading. Kind of get you into it a little more. Look at that. Awesome. Whoa. There goes Skeletor. Awesome. One of the other covers I hope to get one day. It's another, that's amazing. All right, y'all. Well, I really appreciate y'all stopping by. Old Skeletor was cleaning up. Check it out. Skeletor cleaning up on Panther. Got the old lint roller cleaning them. That's Snake Mountain. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. Thanks again. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. There it goes. Way to end it, y'all. And I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day. God bless. Peace out.